politics of the news that we see. We have a 4-hour-long newscast here in the mornings, and you guys, the viewers, can participate into which side of the debate you'd fall on. We have a poll up on our Facebook page, and you can also comment and make suggestions as to what we should debate next. And today, we're going to be debating whether or not it's okay to have breakfast food for dinner. And before this debate segment had began, we were already starting to get a preview of what this may sound like. So we were like, let's hold off and try to save that for the segment because we have some opinions here. So we're going to go ahead and start with Tyler here. I'm going to give you the floor. Do you want to go first or? Okay. The silent is loud. All right, so I'm going to give you about 45 seconds to go, and we will be looking at you giving your stance here. So let me Okay, ready?
I'm ready. All right, look, I mean, fundamentally, breakfast is the time for breakfast, dinner's the time for dinner. Now, time is relative and it's a social construct. So what am I talking about here? If we're talking about the timing of it, I'm not saying you can't eat eggs at 3 p.m. I used to wake up at 3 p.m. for the night shift. I'm not saying you can't eat your dinner at 3 p.m. I used to also, or right now I eat my dinner at 3 p.m. You can eat your breakfast at whatever time you want, but when I have already had my 2 meals of the day, that third meal is usually going to be my, that's your meat, that's your chicken, that's your steak. I'm not going to eat that in the morning. I probably don't have the time to eat it for lunch. So if you replace that with breakfast, if I come home and my dinner, let's say I have somebody making my dinner, I don't, but if I did, and they come home and they're like, yeah, I made you scrambled eggs for dinner, I'm leaving. I'm walking out. I don't care if it's my mom or somebody else. I'm walking out of the room.
Okay, thank you very much, Tyler. Sloan, you were writing down some notes over there. I fear that you have things to say.
I do. It's just such a terrible thing to say that if somebody put in the work to make you a meal, you would turn it away just because it's not your ideal preference.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, are you kidding me? What do you think? I'm just going to take anything? No. If somebody makes me a meal that I don't like, I'm not eating it. I'm not that respectful.
I'm really sorry for you. All right.
Okay, I guess that wasn't your time.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Is that the time? Is that
Hold on, wait. My phone is glitching like crazy.
Okay.
Reset. Okay, go.
So Tyler's saying that if he's already eaten 2 meals a day, he doesn't want breakfast again. I propose, what if you've eaten a different thing for breakfast and for dinner than you typically have for breakfast or for dinner? Tyler himself often eats leftovers for breakfast. So if you're eating technically a dinner food for breakfast, why is breakfast for dinner not okay? He also said that he is not saying that you can't have your breakfast at any time of the day, which is diametrically opposed to the point he's trying to make. In fact, I don't even know if you have a point you're trying to make. Breakfast is good at any time of the day. Don't let him tell you not to just because he doesn't like it. His opinion does not have to be yours.
Okay. Get him, Sloan.
I disagree with the last point there. My opinion should be yours. If we're going to talk about the timing of it, I'm saying that the specific hour in which you're eating, it doesn't determine the meal that you're going to eat. I could eat my breakfast at whatever time of the day that I want, as long as it's my first meal of the day, as long as it's breaking my fast, and that is a valid point. Now, if we're talking about leftovers, that's one thing, and I don't eat leftovers for breakfast. You're confusing that with my lunch, which, to prove my point, I eat at 9 a.m. Now, if we're talking about breakfast foods, though, you are the biggest proponent of not eating lunch for breakfast, not eating steak in the morning. We've had guests come in with turkey meatloaf, and you've been like, oh, it's delicious, but this isn't I'm not eating it for breakfast. That's not your game. That's not your play style. That's how I do it. I'll eat my breakfast meals when I want to eat them, and I don't really have an issue with eating meatloaf in the morning if I have to. Thing is, that night, I'm not going to look for a filling meal in a plate of scrambled eggs.
Well, why not?
Because it's not filling. It's not enough calories. It's not going to finish my day in a way that I want it to. It's not a big heaping plate of pasta and steak. That's more a dinner. That's going to bring me to sleep with a full stomach.
So are you saying your stomach's not full throughout the day?
In the morning, my smallest meal of the day is breakfast usually. I think most people's is. There's such a limited variety of options you have for breakfast if we're going to constitute what counts as a breakfast food. Because I would say pancakes are a dessert. I would say waffles are a dessert. I would say most cereals are a dessert. That leaves you with essentially either, we're looking at like what? Eggs, bacon for traditional breakfast foods here. Eggs, bacon. What else? Do we have any other ideas? French toast is a dessert.
There's plenty of other ideas. You can have smoothie bowls. You can have granola parfaits. There's a whole variety of options. Just because you don't want to put in the work to make a good breakfast dish does not mean there are not good, healthy, filling breakfast dishes.
Yogurt is not a filling breakfast dish. Let's get that straight. That's a snack. I'm certainly not having a yogurt parfait for dinner. If you want to include that in your breakfast entrees, by all means. But the one that I would include would be an omelet, something hearty like that. And even then, I would say that's more for the morning than it is for dinner. Now, is
Okay.
it arbitrary? Yes. But at the end of the day, again, if I'm promised dinner and I go to somebody's house and the dinner that they've made me is scrambled eggs, I'm going to be disappointed.
So someone has put in the time and effort to not only welcome you into their home, but to prepare a meal for you.
Yes.
And you reject that because
I'd eat it. I'd be disappointed about it. There'd be a scowl on my face as I ate it.
you wouldn't be thankful? Not even in the month of Thanksgiving?
I would thank them for their time. They could also make me a plate of dirt if they really wanted, and that might take time and effort, and I guess I'd have to thank them for it. It's their house and their food, but doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy eating it.
Okay,
What-
let's go ahead and pull up the Facebook poll. We had some really great arguments here. Personally, I feel like breakfast for dinner is okay.
Delicious.
And we also have a couple of comments on our poll here that also say that breakfast food for dinner sometimes is quick and easy to make, which is a very
Yes.
valid point there. And we also have a lot of supporters for breakfast for dinner. In fact, looking at the poll results there, it's looking like a sweep in terms of yes, breakfast food is okay for dinner, with 93% of voters voting in favor of having breakfast food for dinner, with 7% saying no. So unfortunately, Tyler, for you, it looks like me, Sloan, and the viewers are all ganging up
Look,
against
the,
you here.
the viewers don't understand. That's what I would say. Most of your favorite breakfast foods are desserts. No wonder you like eating them for dinner.
Hey,
Pancakes,
I mean,
delicious.
They're good. All right, well, we're going to be right back after this break with more news and weather. We'll see you then.